This is Vancouver Island, British Columbia, and in Canada, it's about as far west as you can get.
At over 30,000 square kilometers, Vancouver Island is the largest island on the North American west coast.
It's been inhabited for at least 4,300 years. The Nuu-chah-nulth live along the west coast, the Salish along the east and south coast, and the Kwakiutl live on the north coast and the center of the island.
Vancouver Island is known for its incredible natural beauty. There's mountains, ocean, and rainforest. I can't wait to get exploring.
All right then.
Well, where to first?
How should I know?
Come on. Didn't Eldon tell you what we're doing this episode?
No, I thought Eldon told you what we're doing this episode.
Eldon!
What do you mean you don't know what you're supposed to do on Vancouver Island? Isn't it obvious?
Uncover the mysteries of the ocean, visit with trees that are hundreds of years old, commune with nature?
No. Think about the cities on the island.
Victoria? Nanaimo?
Exactly!
Exactly what?
Nanaimo! As in Nanaimo Bars.
You want us to find you Nanaimo Bars?
Eldon, look where we are and how beautiful it is. And you want us to find you a Nanaimo bar?
Well, just think about it. The real Nanaimo Bar from Nanaimo, British Columbia. This is my most delicious idea ever.
Today on CG Kids.
We are going to Pacific Rim National Park Reserve of Canada to learn about the coastal rainforest and the intertidal zone.
And go rock climbing in Nanaimo, BC.
Oh, and harness the power of the Nanaimo Bar.
So let's get outside on Vancouver Island.
Geographic Kids.
Welcome to Pacific Rim National Park Reserve of Canada.
The park snakes along the southwestern coast of Vancouver Island and can be divided into three distinct parts: Long Beach, Broken Group Islands, and the West Coast Trail.
It's a combination of land and sea not found anywhere else in Canada.
That's very true. You're actually in the rainforest right now.
Look, when I think of rainforest, I think of hot, muggy jungles. That's not this at all. Are there different kinds of rainforests?
There are tropical rainforests and there are temperate rainforests. If we were closer to the equator, we would be hotter and we would be a tropical rainforest. But we're north of the Tropic of Cancer and south of the Arctic Circle, and that makes us a temperate rainforest.
Wicked.
Come on, I'll show you.
All right.
Temperate rainforests also exist in Chile, New Zealand, Norway, Japan, Australia, and Great Britain. The one thing that all rainforests have in common is a lot of rainfall.
The average rainfall in London, England, is 594 millimeters per year. The Sahara Desert has even been known to get as little as 10 millimeters of annual rainfall.
And the rainforest of Pacific Rim National Park gets a whopping 3,000 millimeters of average rainfall.
Temperate rainforests progress through a number of stages: mature, old growth, and ancient old growth.
How is the Pacific Rim National Park significant?
It protects the forest that grows along the Vancouver Island coast. It also protects that bit of coast and a little bit of the marine environment just off the coast.
How is a rainforest being protected by the park?
Well, this trail that we're standing on is one way that we protect the trail. So we walk on the boardwalk and we don't walk through the forest and hurt it.
Why does the plant life look different in different parts of the rainforest?
Well, actually, within this very one rainforest, we have different types of rainforest. The type we're in right now is the cedar hemlock community. That's where we have massive cedars and very tall hemlocks. In this area, we're a little bit further away from the ocean and we're a bit more open. Down near the ocean, we're going to be in the spruce fringe community. I'll show you how it's different there. But here, as I said, massive cedars, tall hemlocks, and look at all the greenery. This is a banana slug, the second largest slug in the world. And you can see why it's called a banana slug, because it looks almost, well, almost exactly like a banana, but I wouldn't eat it. What it does in the forest is it's a decomposer. It eats the leaves and the fallen debris and returns it to soil. Now, it's got two little stalks, and at the end of each little stalk, it's a little black dot. That's its eye. It's slimy too, so when you stroke it, your fingers are all sticky. Now that slime protects it. Remember I said I shouldn't eat it? Well, if I pop this in my mouth, I would choke. My tongue would swell up, my throat would close up, and I couldn't even breathe because this slime is toxic. So not many creatures like to eat a slug. Look, 4 little feelers coming out. 2 eyes, and these lower ones, those are its noses. 2 little noses.
Wow. Cool. What are the little holes on the side?
That little hole right there is its lung. So on you, it would be right there on your neck. A lung. Go ahead, touch it. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
CGK.
This type of forest is called the spruce fringe, and it grows right beside the ocean. It's made up of the hardiest trees because they have to withstand the ocean spray and ocean wind. You see, it's made up of mostly of Sitka spruce and salal. And it's also sometimes called the Krumholtz forest. If you look at the little trees at the beginning, they grow little and then bigger, and then finally, back in the forest, biggest yet. So it's as if somebody's taken giant pruning shears. That's the wind. Another type of forest is the bog. That happens where the soil is really poor for drainage, so water collects, sphagnum moss grows, and it turns the whole environment acidic. So only plants and trees that are adapted to the acid can grow. And even those trees and plants, they grow very twisted. Like for example, the shore pine. If you look at it, it's like a little bonsai or a very broccoli-looking tree. It's also very open, a very sunny place.
Well, Carl, thanks for showing us the temperate rainforest. It's been great.
It was awesome.
It's been fun for me too. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
It's time for Triviography.
Today's question is, what is a blowdown?
Here's a hint. It's not a threat from the big bad wolf.
I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow down your house.
And it's not the name of a dance.
What are you doing?
I call it a blowdown. Like it?
So what is a blowdown?
You'll find out later in the show.
Okay, so we've checked out the land part of the Pacific Rim. Now let's check out the sea.
Well, I'm looking and it's just so big.
No, a closer look.
CGK.
What are you looking at, Silva?
I am looking at a tide pool. This is a small basin in the rock that's left behind when the ocean goes out at low tide. The creatures in here have to deal with a lot. They basically have to make sure that they don't get crushed by the waves at high tide. They also have to make sure that at low tide, they don't get dried out by the sun and the wind. And finally, they've got to make sure they don't get eaten by predators.
Wow, what's the difference between low tide and high tide?
Well, simplest way to say is if we were here right now where we are at high tide, we would probably be swimming. So we are in the intertidal zone, the land between the low tide and the high tide.
So Silva, why are there so many creatures in this really small amount of space?
Oh, a couple of reasons. One, this area is really, really rich because the ocean water up here, there's something what's called an upwelling. It means that there's a cold current that brings lots of good food to these creatures. So they've got a lot to eat. Another reason is the climate. I mean, today it's a fairly cloudy day and a little bit damp. So it's not really hot and sunny, so the creatures don't dry out at low tide. And also, having a tide pool here allows them to basically do what they'd be doing at high tide, except right now the tide's low, but they've got water. So they can keep on eating, avoid being eaten. Basically, yeah, go about their daily lives.
So what are we seeing here?
Oh, lots of different stuff. There's sea anemones. Those are the ones that look like the flowers. Now, I remember at one point, someone was actually exploring those sea anemones and was going, hey, it's kind of sticky. It sticks to my finger. Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, and what was actually going on right there is you were being harpooned at a microscopic level. Little tiny harpoons were being shot into your hand. So sea anemones, even though they look like flowers, they're actually one of the biggest predators here in the intertidal zone. They basically wait for anything to brush against those tentacles. The tentacles will sting them. Of course, for you and me, we're too big. Won't do anything to us. But if you were a snail or a fish, we'd get stung, and then the sea anemone's tentacles would close in and eat us. So you're actually looking at a really major predator when you're looking at sea anemones in the tide pools. Pretty wild, hey? They don't look like much right now. There's also some tide pool sculpins. They're little fish, and they're really good at camouflage. You may not see them. Did you just see one? Yeah, you may not see them until they move, and they usually blend in really well with the floor of the tide pool. Hermit crabs are another one. They're a little crab that lives in cast-off snail shells. So they depend on the sea anemones in a way, because once the sea anemone's eaten a snail, the empty shell rolls to the bottom of the tide pool. And then a hermit crab will come along and use that shell for a house. There's also mussels and barnacles. That's what's all around us right now on the rocks. These little guys, they look like little volcanoes, but they're actually a living creature. They're related to hermit crabs. They spend their whole life inside this little sort of concrete pyramid, really. And right now they're all closed in because it's low tide for the ones that are outside of the tide pool. When the tide comes in, they'll open up their shells and their little legs start coming out, and they're actually feeding. They're trying to catch little bits of food in the seawater.
Wow.
But this isn't the only marine wildlife you can find in Pacific Rim National Park Reserve. There are bigger marine mammals out there.
To help us get a closer look at some of those sea mammals, we're here with Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi. So, Edie, Sid, are you two ready to get all suited up and go see some sea lions?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So what makes sea lions different than seals?
Well, there's two primary differences between seals and sea lions. Sea lions, they actually can rotate their flippers underneath them so they can sort of walk on land. Seals can't do that. Another difference is that sea lions have external ears, so they have little flaps on the sides of their head.
How many different types of sea lions are found in BC?
We've got two types, stellar sea lions and California sea lions. The primary difference that you could actually hear right now is that the California sea lions bark. The stellar sea lions, they have more of a growl or a roar. So that's one of the differences, and you can probably hear both of that right now. Another difference is that the stellars are much larger, and they're a light blonde color. California sea lions are a dark chocolate brown, and the males have this big bump on their forehead as well. So those are the primary differences.
Wow. And what types of food will these sea lions be eating?
They'll be eating things like rockfish, sand lance, herring, mackerel, pollock. And another thing that they swallow but don't eat are rocks or stones, and they're actually called gastroliths. And researchers don't really know why they eat these rocks, but there's a few theories. One of them is that the stones might be grinding up parasites in their stomach. Another thought is that it helps them with their buoyancy, just like divers put on weights. And another thought as well is that they just fill themselves up with rocks when they can't eat, so they feel full.
Are there other marine mammals in the Pacific Rim?
We also have harbor seals, and for whales, there are many gray whales that migrate twice a year along the shores of Pacific Rim, as well as killer whales, Dall's porpoise, and harbor porpoise. So those are the primary marine mammals that you'll find, as well as sea otters.
Well, Wendy, thanks a lot for taking us out here and showing us these spectacular sea lions.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, you're so very welcome, and I'm so happy I could introduce you to the sea lions.
Absolutely.
Sea lions' nostrils seal up automatically when they dive. A sea lion can remain submerged for up to 40 minutes at a time.
Nanaimo, BC.
It's a place rich in history, from its early beginnings as a gathering place for the Coast Salish to the European coal mining boom of the 1800s.
And today, as an outdoor enthusiast's dream, full of kayaking, mountain biking.
Can one of you tell me why you don't have my Nanaimo bar yet? What have you been doing all this time?
Eldon, we've been busy discovering the west coast of Vancouver Island. You know, geography.
Fine, but where are you now?
We're in Nanaimo.
Perfect! Then you get me my beautiful, delicate treat.
Not before we go rock climbing.
Oh, rock climbing, huh? Well, just to let you know, rock climbing is not that exciting.
Sure it is. Watch this.
Whoa, 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 hey, stop! That is not how you rock climb.
Come on, we'll take you to the climbing gym and introduce you to Jason. He'll teach you how to rock climb properly. Come on, follow me.
Hey, Sid and Edie, I hear you guys want to do some rock climbing.
I'm ready.
Excellent, but first, we got to do warm-ups. Come on, let's go.
So what's the first thing we need to learn about rock climbing?
Safety. Safety is always first. When it comes to rock climbing, climbing is as safe as you make it.
So Jason, what makes a good rock climber?
Perseverance and desire to climb.
I have the desire.
Clip it to you. Good. Nice thing about this knot is it's really easy for me to teach you how to use it. It's very easy for me to see if it's not tied properly, and it gets tighter and tighter every time you fall, which is a lot better than a knot that gets looser and looser every time you fall. You follow it along, around, and out. Follow this, yeah, that's right. Right, and then you follow the single one. So where's the single one go? Goes around the two. Around the two. There we go. There you go, you've tied your first double figure eight knot.
Wow.
Very good.
That looks solid.
It does. As soon as he starts climbing, there's gonna be slack built in the system, and you're taking up that slack as he goes up.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yell, Sid, let go. And you're gonna fall, and she's gonna catch you. All right?
Sid, do you trust me?
One of the key aspects of safety is communicating properly with your partner.
Okay.
And so there's questions you need to ask him. So you will say, on belay.
On belay.
And you will say, when you're ready, belay's on.
Belay's on.
Good. And then when you're ready to climb, you will say climbing.
Climbing.
And you're not allowed to leave until you say climb on.
Climb on.
On belay.
Belay's on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
Good. Start belaying. Take it nice and slow. This is your first time belaying. Keep going. Okay, Sid, let go.
Oh, right
How's that feel?
Oh, it's scary.
Really good. All right, well, let's go all the way to the top and then we'll lower you down.
Okay.
Tension's on.
Ready to lower.
Now, that's it. Slow, slow, and slow. Woo! Excellent, very good. Good, excellent. Good going.
Wicked.
Okay, Edie, let go. Let go. Go for it. You got it. Good. Excellent, look at you. Good, excellent.
Right on.
Let's do the real rock.
CGK. So what's the difference between indoor rock climbing and outdoor rock climbing?
Well, just like before, safety. There's a lot of things that we can't control outside. And what do you think some of those things are?
The weather?
Weather, absolutely. It could rain, could be really cold. That could be a problem. Could be too hot.
The big rocks at the bottom?
Yeah, absolutely. What about, what do we have at the gym?
You had like soft pebbles that made it really kind of, once I jumped down, it was nice and easy.
Yeah, we're here. These rocks are jagged and definitely a lot heavier, so they could cause an injury.
Yeah, what about falling rocks too, right?
Absolutely, that's why we have
Helmets.
helmets. Protect our noggin. Okay, so who's first?
Sid.
All right. On belay.
Belay's on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
All right.
How are your nerves?
Good.
All right, good job. Stop there. You're at the top.
Tension's on.
Ready to lower.
Okay, lean back. Trust your feet. You're safe if there you go. Just like you see in the movies. Now you don't want to bounce when you're coming down. That's movie stuff. Okay? Good job. How are you doing, Edie?
All right.
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Climbing.
Climb on.
There you go. Stand up, girl. Yeah.
Right on.
Good catch.
Thank you, Sid.
Good catch, Sid. Got it, girl.
Okay, I'm
You stand up.
now.
You stand up. Yeah, go, 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 go. Excellent.
Woo! Woo! Look at me.
How can you go? One more move. Edie, you're there. All right. What do you say?
I go rock climbing in the Nanaimo BC, baby. CG Kids. CG Kids. Woo!
Unbelievable.
It's time to answer today's triviography question.
Today's question, what is a blowdown?
We'll have to go back to the rainforest to find out.
Forests need natural disturbances for ongoing growth and development. Natural disturbances can happen in the form of forest fires and blowdowns.
A blowdown is created when intense winds knock down shallow-rooted trees. Blowdowns increase forest ecosystem diversity by creating holes in the dense canopy. Sun-loving plants can grow where the sunlight reaches the forest floor through these holes.
Blowdowns also provide spaces for animals to browse.
So now you know, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it,
It still helps new plants grow.
CG Kids is on the World Wide Web. Find out even more about all the incredible places that we visit on CG Kids. Just click on our website to find games, contests, and a lot more fun facts about our amazing country. Check it out!
All that work, and you didn't even get me one single Nanaimo bar. Too busy running around the forest playing with the sea creatures.
and don't forget rock climbing.
Elder, you can get Nanaimo Bars anywhere.
Yes, but they won't be as delicious. Hey, wait a second. Are you eating something?
No.
Yes, you are. You're eating a Nanaimo bar, aren't you?
Oh, all right, I am. But we sent you one too.
You did? Well, where is it?
It should be arriving just about now.
She's good. Excuse me. Edie, I don't think you're supposed to put baked goods in the mail. It looks like a truck ran over it or something.
Bon appetit, Eldon.
Yeah, whatever. Send me a squash Nanaimo bar. Still smells good. Maybe I'll eat these crumbs out of the envelope here.